Welcome back to Math Academy. So in this video, we'll start with question number 7 in chapter 1 for class 9 CBSE. So question is, use your method from the problem 6, that is distance formula we are going to use to check if the points R, B and C are given. They are on the straight line. So we can find the distance RB, BC and RC and whether the sum of the two distance will be equal to the third distance or not. If it is equal, then they are lying on the straight line. Otherwise, they are not lying on the straight line. Now plot both sets of points and check your answer. So you know the distance formula. Distance is equal to root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Now we are going to find the distance between r minus 5 minus 1 and b minus 2 and minus 5. So this is our x1 y1. This is our x2 y2. So this is minus 5. 2 comma minus 5. So this is our y2. So now RB distance is equal to square root of x2 minus of minus. So plus 5 the whole square plus y2 is minus 5 and y1 is minus 1. So minus of minus plus 1. So now this is 3 square plus minus 4 the whole square. So this is equal to root of 9 plus 16, which is equal to root 25, that is 5 units. Now again find the distance between the points B and C. So your B point is minus 2 comma minus 5 and our C point is 4 comma minus 12, it is given. So take x1 y1 x2 y2. So BC value will be equal to square root of x2 minus of minus, so plus 2 and the whole square. Then y2 is minus 12 minus of minus y1. So whole square, which is equal to square root of 6 square plus minus 7 the whole square. So this is root 36 plus 49, which is equal to root of 85 units. Now again calculate the value distance between the point R and C. So R is given as minus 5 minus 1 and C is 4 and minus 12. So consider x1 y1 x2 y2. So RC value will be equal to square root of x2 minus of minus. So plus 5 the whole square and minus 12 minus of minus, so plus 1 the whole square. So now it is 9 square plus minus 11 the whole square. So this is root of 81 plus 121, which is equal to 202 units. Now if you compare these three answers, so here we are having these answers. Now if you calculate your value, then RB plus RC is not equal to RC. So that is your data, that is root of 25 plus root of 85 is not equal to root of 202. So you can declare your answer as hence the points, that is R, B and C are not lie on the same line. First part is over. Now coming to the second part. Now plot both sets of points and check your answers. So you can check. So both set of point in the sense the previous problem and data also. So here for the previous problem data. So for line 1, we are considering the points from the previous problem. Sixth problem, M is minus 3 minus 4 and A is 0 comma 0 and G is 6 comma 8. And for line 2 from the seventh question, so R is minus 5 minus 1 and B minus 2 minus 5 and our C value is 4 minus 12. Now roughly I am plotting in the normal paper. So you can plot it in the graph. So now this is our x-axis, x dash and this is y dash. So now for line 1. So line 1 in the sense you have to, it has to be passed through the origin now. So origin value is this is. So A 0 comma 0 and G is 6 comma 8. So roughly you can mark your data. So 6 comma 8 and minus 3 minus 4 in the sense it will be in the third quadrant. So minus 3 minus 4. So this point. Okay. So this is our M point. Now if you check your data and R, B and C, mark your points. They are not lying on the same line. So this is your line number 1. Line number 1. And coming to the second data, you can mark your points minus 5, minus 1. So roughly you mark minus 5, minus 1. So this can be our R value, minus 5, minus 1. And B is minus 2, minus 5. So minus 2, minus 5. So here we are having. So B is minus 2, minus 5. And C is 4, comma 12. So 4 comma 12 in the sense x is positive, y is negative. So it will be in the fourth quadrant. So approximately this can be well below because it is minus 12. So you can extend your line here. So you can extend your line well below because it has to be done down. Comparatively it is down. So y does suppose this is my minus 12. Then I can mark my value 4 comma minus 12 as this way. So 4 roughly this is 4. So 4 comma minus 12. So this is our C point. So look at your data. So here they are not lying on the same straight line. That's the case. So if you connect these points, we cannot connect R, B, C on the straight line. If you do with the scale, if you exactly mark it in your graph sheet and try to connect these points, it will not get connected since they are not on the straight line. Coming to the next question, using the origin as one vertex, plot the vertices of right-angled isosceles triangle. So right angle in the sense one of the angle is 90 degree, isosceles in the sense the two sides are equal. What is our condition? Using the origin as one vertex. So origin in the sense 0 comma 0, the meeting point of x-axis and y-axis. So this point is our origin. So this is our origin 0 comma 0. Now you have to plot an right angle isosceles triangle. So I can take for example 4 units. So this may be I can mark my data as A. So 0 comma 4. And the same 4 units you can take here also on the x-axis. So this can be B. So this is 4 comma 0. So if I am connecting these, then this is a isosceles right angle triangle because this side is 4 and this side is also 4. So two sides are with the 4 units and at this point we are having the 90 degree here. So it is a right angle triangle, that's all. Okay, so now you can write your vertexes. So right angle isosceles triangle. So you have your triangle as right angled isosceles triangle. So that is here triangle AOB. So this is our O point. So AOB. A data is 0 comma 4 and O is 0 comma 0 and B is our 4 comma 0. So these are all the coordinates of our right angle isosceles triangle. And in the second subdivision, look at your second subdivision, and isosceles triangle with one vertex in the quadrant 3 and other in the quadrant 4 it is given. So now you mark your data. So this is our x-axis and this is our y-axis. So now this origin has one of the vertex. So mark your data here. So again O 0 comma 0 as one of the vertex of the isosceles triangle. What is condition given here? One vertex in the quadrant 3. So you can have one point in the quadrant 3. So for example, if I am taking minus 3 comma minus 4. So then y data will be minus 4 here. So you have to connect your data this way. So triangle this way. So now this data is now here it is 3 comma minus 4. So this is our fourth quadrant. So this is our third quadrant and this is our fourth quadrant. So now our triangle, so isosceles triangle. Okay. So isosceles triangle A, you can mark your data as AOB. So AOB. So your isosceles triangle is Here A is minus 3 comma minus 4 and O coordinate is 0 comma 0 and B coordinate is 3 comma minus 4. That's all. Coming to the next question, the following table shows the coordinates of the point S, M and T. In each case, state whether M is the midpoint of the segment ST. Justify your answer. So we are going to use the distance formula, and after finding all the points, you have to answer for this also. When M is the midpoint of ST, can you find any connection between the coordinate of M, S and T? Okay, first row 1. So consider your row 1. So row 1 we are having S is minus 3 comma 0, M is 0 comma 0 and T is 3 comma 0. You know the distance formula is D is equal to root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. Use this formula to calculate all the 4 rows. Now we are going to calculate first row. So in the first row, we are having our data S, M and T. So find your distance SM. So SM is equal to square root of 0 minus of minus, so plus 3 the whole square. Then 0 minus 0 the whole square, which is equal to 9 minus 0. So root of 9 is 3 units. And SM, then MT you have to calculate. For the calculation of M and T, so square root of 3 minus 0 the whole square plus 0 minus 0 the whole square, which is equal to 3 square plus 0 square. So again root 9 is equal to 3 units. And now SM, MT we have calculated, and now you have to calculate your ST value. So ST is square root of 3 minus of minus, so plus 3 the whole square plus here it is 0 minus 0 the whole square. So this is 3 plus 3, 6 square plus 0 square. So root 36, which is equal to 6 units. So look at your data SM, MT. SM plus MT is equal to ST. So 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. So you can conclude M is the midpoint of S and T. M is the midpoint. And coming to row 2 data 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay, coming to row 2. So S data is 2 comma 3 and M data 3 comma 4 and T data 4 comma 5. Same way you have to calculate. So SM is equal to square root of 3 minus 2 the whole square plus 4 minus 3 the whole square. So root of 1 plus 1, which is equal to root 2 units. And MT is equal to square root of 3 minus 2 the whole square plus 4 minus 3 the whole square, which is equal to 1 plus 1. So again root 2 units. And now ST. And ST is root of 4 minus 2 the whole square plus 5 minus 3 the whole square. So root of 2 square plus 2 square. So 4 plus 4, which is equal to root 8. That is nothing but 2 root 2 units. So now here SM plus MT is equal to ST. So root 2 plus root 2 is equal to 2 times root 2. So you can now declare your answer. M is midpoint of S and T. And coming to the third row, look at your third row data 0, 0, 0, 5, 0, minus 10. So third row, row 3. So for row 3, here it is S is 0, comma 0, M is 0, comma 5 and T is 0, comma minus 10. It is given. So SM root of 0 minus 0 the whole square plus 5 minus 0 the whole square. So root of 0 square plus 5 square. So root of 25, which is equal to 5 units. And then MT calculation, root of again 0 minus 0 the whole square plus minus 10 minus 5 the whole square. So here it is 0 plus here minus 15 the whole square. So this is 225 which is equal to 15 units. And then ST calculation. For ST calculation, 0 minus 0 the whole square minus 10 minus 0 the whole square. So 0 square plus minus 10 the whole square. Then it is root of 100 which is equal to 10 units. So now here SM plus MT is not equal to ST. That is 5 plus 15 is not equal to 10. So you can conclude your answer as M is not midpoint of S and T. Now coming to row 4. Row 4 data minus 8, 7, 0, minus 2, 6, minus 3. So for row 4 data, row 4 is S is minus 8, 7 and M is 0 minus 2 and our T is 6 minus 3. So SM calculation. So square root of 0 plus 8 the whole square minus 2 minus 7 the whole square. So root of 8 square plus minus 9 the whole square. So 64 plus 81 which is equal to root of 145 units. And MT calculation. So root of 6 minus 0 the whole square plus minus 3 minus of minus 2 the whole square. So root of 6 square plus minus 1 the whole square. So 36 plus 1. So root 37 units. And your ST calculation, root of 6 minus of minus, so plus 8 the whole square minus 3 minus 7 the whole square. So 14 square plus minus 10 the whole square which is equal to root of 196 plus 100 which is equal to root of 296 units. So compare your data here. So here SM plus MT is not equal to your ST data. So SM plus MT is not equal to our ST data. So you can conclude your answer as M is not the midpoint of S and T. So first part of answer is over. And coming to the second part, when M is the midpoint of ST, can you find any connection between the coordinates of M, S and T? Look at your data here. M is the midpoint here. So in that case, M will be, the coordinate, X coordinate of the M will be the average of the two data, X of S and X of T. Average of these two data. And similarly, the y coordinate of the M data also, the average value of the two y data. So you can write your answer as this way. That is the midpoint M of x comma y which is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. That is the x coordinate of M. X coordinate of M is average of coordinates of average of x coordinates of S and T. And similarly the y coordinate of M is average of y coordinates of S and T. That's all. So this is your final answer for the second part. Okay. Use the connection you found to find the coordinates of B given that M is the midpoint of A and B. So you can consider your data this way. So M is the midpoint. So M is minus 7 comma 1 and A data is 3 comma minus 4 and our B data is X comma Y. So now we are given with our midpoint data. So you can consider this as your x1, y1, this as your x2, y2. Now use your midpoint formula. So midpoint formula is m of x comma y is equal to x1 plus x2 divided by 2 comma y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So this is the way. So now what is given here? So for x coordinate, the midpoint data is minus 7. So you can equate that value. X1 plus x2 divided by 2 is equal to minus 7. So now substitute your x1 value 3 and here it is x2 value is x divided by 2 is equal to minus 7. Do your cross multiplication. So 3 plus x is equal to minus 14. So x is equal to minus 14 minus 3. So x is equal to minus 17 now. Okay. And similarly, you have to do for your y data. What is our midpoint data? Y data 1. So 1. So here it is y1 plus y2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. Substitute your y1, y2 data minus 4 plus y. So minus 4 plus y divided by 2 is equal to 1. Then again you do your cross multiplication. So minus 4 plus y is equal to 2. So y is equal to 2 plus 4, that is equal to 6. So now our data B coordinate data is x data is minus 17 and y data is 6. So this is our final answer. Rest of the problems will be continued in the next video. Until then, it is bye from Dr. KS. Meet you in the next video. Bye.